My mic has been off this entire time. Wonderful. But yes, we finally got it going. I used PK Hex to get it all set up. Man, this really is just an awful start to the day. So as I was saying before, I realized I was muted this entire time. Ghastly is going to have a good time with a lot of the psychic types, believe it or not, because it is so specially bulky. What we're actually going to be terrified of is the ground type Pokemon, if they even have their ground type moves, and if they're good. Fissure will never connect with us because we're just going to be way too fast. Ghastly has some of the best move sets in the game. It's a ghost type, so most early game Pokemon can't even touch us. For example, Weedle here, we quad resist its Poison Sting. Geodude and Onix will be unable to do anything except for the Bide. And Bide damage I think we can play around with a little bit. So I think Jack is going to completely sweep in this. I do wish I had my chapter buttons set up properly, because we could use those to easily set timestamps, but I guess it's not going to matter too much in the future. Now we got Parafusion on Diglett just to add injury to insult. Because again, they can't even touch us. All they have is normal type moves. Sandshrews' only non-normal type move is Poison Sting by level up. And I'm not even healing before I battle Brock. Because, don't need to. And it doesn't matter because even though it uses Bide, we do more damage than Bide lasts. So we do more damage in the turns that Bide goes on than it has HP. So easy first try win against Brock. Probably could do more minimal battles too. That said, I'm going to need to heal because I did get hit with Sand Attack. And I'm losing a lot of book power from that. I should have done so after Brock anyway. Once again, same strategy, just use Lick on the little bugs and then Nightshade on the cocoons. You know, as a technicality, bug type is actually kind of problematic for me. If we were talking about this from a competitive standpoint, but like we're never actually going to end up running into any of those really big bug Pokemon, so it's not going to matter. I just did an amateur move, or an amateur mistake. Oh yeah, and we're immune to Wrap. Wait, no we're not. What? How did... what? Wrap hits ghost types in Gen 1. Okay, that's a new one. I wonder if that means I have to be careful about Bind as well. Fire spin I already know I have to deal with, and clamp, same thing. But I imagine we're going to be able to just sweep through Lorelei. Especially considering that we are going to be getting a lot of stat experience since we are doing a solo run for this one. Only battling this Jigglypuff because it is level 14. And I should not have done that because there's nothing I can do to it. Can't use healing items in battle anyway, but I don't have any of the Pokepower restoring items yet anyway. Of course, that's still disabled. How long is that? How long are you going to keep it disabled, Jigglypuff? Well, at least I could struggle now. We can at least get out of purgatory that way. Good lord. Can't even make use of water guns, so I'm not even going to the left. I also think we'll be well ahead on money since I don't have to buy Pokeballs or anything. And I don't think I want Geodude. I mean, it would get strength and... You know what? Yeah, we'll use Geodude. This would be a good alternate strat. I can do Geodude and then I can get Lapras. Be a lot easier than finding a Paris. And I didn't mean to go up. That was kind of force of habit, but whatever. I have been playing this, well, not this particular game lately. It's actually been yellow. But I've been playing red, blue, and yellow on RetroArch to do the achievements, and there's achievements for hitting every single optional trainer. So I have a little bit of force of habit on that. But it's free XP and stat XP, which is more important. Also, thanks to those achievements, I know where a lot more hidden items are. Oh, hey, Zubat can actually hit Ghastly. Good to know. Probably just want to run away from them then. Paris, I know, can't. I believe that was that was an antidote. That's not what we need. I'll keep the antidote on me because there is a chance we could still get poisoned, but I don't think there's a single move. I'm pretty sure we just evade all poison spore type moves, and I'm pretty sure everything else is going to do nothing. All right, so this thing can actually hit us. Well, we hit it with that Parafusion, so it's not really breaking through a whole lot. And this one can hit us also with Wrap for whatever reason, so... In any case, that helps buff our special a little bit. And I can't wait till I can start buying Repel. Super Repel. Anything more or less is not worth your money in early gen. And this guy is like battling a discount Brock, skipping him because I'm already level 20. And then this is the Rocket Grunt that usually knocks something out in just about every run I do. All he has is a level 16 Eradicate, and I believe in Fire and Leaf Green they actually changed it because he's not as bad. But it's still not fun to deal with. There's a hidden moonstone in there, as I always point out. But they don't even sell for anything, so I don't pick them up in these runs. I have options here, but very little. Wow, that's actually kind of interesting. We probably aren't going to lose. Yeah, no, we're not. Just because it's such a low damaging move. But yeah, that could have actually been bad. Right, I cannot attack anything else. I need to run. First things first, increase our tech speed. So if you talk to this guy before you actually get the bike, and there is a way to never get the bike, so you can keep that going forever, your tech speed will no longer scroll, and it'll basically go by quicker. I don't think I need repel just yet. I'm gonna grab one burn heal just in case, because there's a Growlithe I have to fight. Awakening are useless. It's a solo run. I guess we'll just keep buying more potions, because... trying to burn out all my money here so that I can reduce as much risk as possible. There's a hidden rare candy right here. Pidgeotto can't hit us. It does have Sand Attack, and I don't want to deal with that, which is why I open with Confuse Ray. Oh right, that's right. Thanks to a coding error, Ghost type moves don't actually hit Ghost or Psychic types in Gen 1. So my attempt at saving Pokepower by using Nightshade there did not work. I believe at this stage, Bulbasaur should have Leech Seed and Vine Whip, and Leech Seed is probably the most dangerous thing in its arsenal. So far, we are just curb stomping the entire game. Also, the immunity to poison makes this section a lot easier. And I forgot to put Brock on the layout. That's funny. We're just going by so quickly. I'm also using Confuse Ray on the normal types like Rattata, and an attempt to save Pokepower on Nightshade. Because if it punches itself in the face, maybe I don't have to use it one extra time. And you hurt. The only way I'm taking damage is if I hit myself in the face. Good lord. Should have used Lick on that one, but that's okay. And then we got the Mankey that usually knocks something out, but unfortunately today it will be unable to do anything to Jack here. I don't think we can make use of Thunder Wave at all. No, so that one's just gonna get sold. I believe this guy just has the Onyx, or does he have the 4 Pokemon? Oh, he only has 2 in this game. Oh, it's the later guy I'm thinking of that has 4. An elixir up in that. And I'm going to skip that one trainer up top because all he has is Seismic Toss behind him and it's not really worth it. Actually, I might skip the Hiker on the bottom because the Hiker on the bottom is going to have 4... Since I'm already skipping this guy. Because we don't need Seismic Toss. Yes, this was definitely the better play because I don't have to use Struggle nearly as much. And I'm definitely going to have to struggle against the girl up here, unless I use my Ether. Let's see if we can get through the struggle at least. Got through. And Jack is now Haunter. Now, as per the rules, because of trait evolutions and how broken they are, if you just evolve them right away, I decided to, and the fact that some of them have different levels to evolve, what I opted to do for this is make a rule of level 36 is whenever it has to evolve, or whenever it's allowed to evolve. So we still have to wait a little bit to get Gengar. Now, fun fact is you can actually use the escape rope in this building and go right back to the Pokemon Center. You only can get the escape rope, though, from Mount Moon, so you have to hang on to that if you want to do that trick. I believe this thing has smoke screens, so I don't want to deal with that. I'm trying to save my Nightshades because I know the Starmie is going to be Psychic type and immune to Lick. So, anybody thinking we can get an advantage that way is unfortunately wrong. And this thing has Peck, so I actually have to be cautious here. Except we want every single coin toss. And Misty was a complete pushover. Okay. Next, we're going to head down to Vermilion. Maybe we might have some problems with this guy. He usually messes something up, but Machop can't hit us, and I don't think Drowsy can do much besides put us to sleep. I don't even know if it has confusion. It does. Unfortunately, it's not enough to beat a level 26 Haunter. And then we have Dig, which is not going to be able to be teachable to Haunter, but we can teach Geodude to get around. Dig is one of the best speedrunning moves for a lot of reasons. Now there's a hidden item right here. We can get a full restore, and then I believe towards the bottom, if you spam the A button, there's something in here. Maybe not. Maybe it's not worth grabbing. I'm just going to ignore it for now. And this is the point where we got to start really doing minimum battles if we want to speedrun. So we skip all the trainers by walking through the grass, and then I'm going to battle these two. And once again, Confuse Ray, Nightshade. I might actually have to use an elixir this run, but I think it's a worthy trade. You're definitely going to have to use an elixir this run. See, that's why I do the Confuse Rays, because that saves us a Nightshade later on, which are way more useful. Again, we have to use that for Psychic types. Now, once we're in here, we can never go into the Pokemon Center, or at least never heal at it. You can enter it if you need to withdraw Spearow, but we kept Spearow in the party the whole time, because Haunter has yet to be knocked out by anything. And Farfetch is now going to be our pet Pokemon. Go ahead and check Jack's moves right now. He's still got a lot of licks. I don't think we can actually make use of Body Slam, so I'm actually going to skip that trainer. And we're instead going to just battle... Yep. This guy has the Growlithe, and the only thing that can burn me at this stage in the game. So I'm going to Confuse Ray, and then Lick. And thanks to the Lucky Para, he can't do anything to me. Ponyta is Ember. Okay, so there are two Pokemon that can burn us, but this is so we can get a rare candy. There is a glitch to re-enter the SSA, and I made a short on it and a whole video that has it in there. If you ever want to look that up on how to do it. And I really should have used my Pokepower things before this. Also probably should have saved, but that's okay. I unironically think we might have this. Oh, we do not have this at all. We do not have this. We have to keep hoping that Kadabra goes for... Bud. Alright, this is a mulligan. Unfortunately... It's gonna be so bad, though. We have to go all the way back to Cerulean. And... all because I forgot to use the elixir on the boat. It's only gonna add like a minute or so, but it's still obnoxious. Yodo got 2-shot. Eradicates 2-shot. Alakazam just going straight for Nightshade. Now I have Hypnosis, which would have been good to have before I fought the Kadabra. Would have saved a little bit of time, but that's okay. We are technically only at 18 minutes, or sorry, 28 minutes right now, because it took me 20 minutes just to get this run going with all the technical difficulties and other BS. So Ghastly is doing it phenomenally compared to everybody else. And I cover this just about every single time I play. But the secret to Surge's Gym is that it's a checkerboard pattern of every other trash can. And then the second one has a 50-50 chance of being the top left, so you just keep checking the top left. And after at most 3, you'll get it. Okay, I'm a liar. It is a coin toss, though, so... And I'm having horrible luck this morning and just everything going wrong, so it would make sense. I think this thing has Sonic Boom, which can hit us, but it's not going to do enough to worry. Pikachu has electric attacks. And then Raichu has Thunderbolt. We're pretty specially tanky, and we just got through it pretty easily. Honestly, Surge gave us more problems than Misty did, which is kind of shocking. And we are teaching Thunderbolt to it. And we're getting rid of Lick. We're not getting stuck in that same situation with the Kadabra again. Now, when you enter this house, you want to dig. You can skip getting the bike voucher because there's a glitch to get around Bicycle Road without actually having a bike. And it still works in yellow version, I found out recently. I eventually need to do the yellow cheats video, but I'm not. There's a couple that are going to be way more obnoxious to pull off repeatedly and require me to do a lot of work on playing through saves, so I'm kind of procrastinating on that one. Wow, thanks to a rounding error, Wrap literally does nothing to me. So all Wrap does is waste time. At least from that specific Bellsprout. I actually forgot to grab the Ether up by Bill's house. There's also a hidden super potion right there. Okay, that's terrifying. Please one shot, thank the Lord. Yeah, this cave actually scares me more than anything. Probably should have got some repels whenever I was in Vermilion. I think I have access to Super now. Okay, that's unfortunate. That's the second loss. That one was harder to tell if that was from me not healing or not. Wait, can Cubone do nothing? Alright, this is a mulligan. I'm not going to bother resetting for this. That said, I do have to leave the cave because I'm only supposed to battle with Haunter anyway. That wouldn't have been a problem if I had actually used the Paralyzed Heal and used Thunderbolt on Charmander instead. But because it's not a major battle, I don't care. We're getting close to the hiker that likes to self-destruct, but it can't do anything to us, so this is going to be really funny when we do get to it. Why I wasted a Nightshade on either of those. F Thunderbolt. Nightshade is for ground types now. Done. Thank you for the free KOs. So nice to be able to actually just hit stuff. Still a rounding error. Unless the way it works is that it can make contact with ghosts, but it can't actually deal damage to them. Because I wasn't paying attention to that first battle. Then out of here, we want to grab this Max Ether. Almost dead Gengar. couple hidden items in here as well. There's an elixir. And I think there's one in the second row. At a certain point, I'm just kind of rapidly pressing the I don't remember where it... No, nugget, okay. I think I'm still going to go for Lapras for my Surf Pokemon. The most important thing we need to go up is get... we need to get the TM for Psychic. I actually don't think I'm going to be able to teach any of the... Well, maybe I can teach Ice Beam. But I know these other moves I can't really use just to get extra money. Wow, Jack cannot make use of Ice Beam. I'm gonna hang on to it just in case it's a Gengar only move, but... if I remember correctly, I thought I gave it the punches, so wouldn't be that shocking. I think 11 is Bubble Beam. I know it can't have that. Barely getting any progression from Celadon. However, when we go back through Saffron, we're going to get the best move for Gengar. That's going to make most of this game trivial. You know, because it already hasn't been most... like, both deaths we've had so far have just been mulligans. And as good as Hypnosis is, I don't think it's going to be quite as good as having Psychic. So I'm just going to grab that. There is a hidden item I've been grabbing it lately, but I don't grab it all the time, and that's this Poke Power Up. Since we're soloing, I definitely need to grab it now. Outspeed. Do get hit by a rat, but again, it doesn't do anything. I'm not sure if that's because we're a ghost type and the game still doesn't do that, or if it's because it does so little thanks to a rounding error, it does 1. Thanks to a retroactive healing item, we win. And this move is also one I'm definitely going to be hanging on to. Actually, I might just get rid of... That'll actually make getting through Giovanni a lot easier. Get rid of Confuse Ray. Get Mega Drain instead. I mean, Rock Ground types are no longer an issue now. I think the most obnoxious things to get through would be Grass type, but only Executor. You know what? I probably should have made the rival have a... Squirtle, now that I think about it. Oh, I need to deposit items. It has been a bit since I've emptied out my bag. And we have lots of stuff that we'll never use again. Okay, we are about 40 minutes in, and I've just got to the rocket game corner. We're making fantastic time so far. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the game. I'm going to reopen PK Hex. I'm going to change Haunter into a Gengar, and then just reload the game. Alright, so here's our Gengar. Now we're about to take on the Rocket Hideout, which is once again going to be an absolute pushover. There is a hidden item in this. We can get another Poke Power Up, which I'm going to use on Jack Psychic again. And down here, there's optional Grunt. And then right next to this Pokeball, there's a Nugget. And then TM10, which I believe is a sellable TM. Right, TM that we're going to sell because useless otherwise. You can skip that Rocket Grunt. Get an HP up. I believe TMO2 is one of the useless moves. Yeah, Raise Wind, really not worth it. Not worth it in a good, like in a playthrough where we don't have freaking Gengar. I'll get that item on the left is Moonstone. This is Horn Drill, which you can buy again later from the Pokemart. You don't have to actually keep this one. Gengar can't make use of it though, so I'm just going to dip with it. Hyper Potion up here I want to grab. And then when we go through the elevator, I want to go to B4 and then check the left first before we battle these guys, get the iron. And these guys will have alternating Sandshrew lines and Ekans lines. So he has Sandshrew Ekans, and then he'll have Sand Slash. Then the other one will have Ekans, Sandshrew, and then Arbok. Gengar just freaking decimating the game. Sylph Scope, and then there's a hidden super potion right there. Now, actually, what we can do to skip this last trainer is if we go into the basement 4 and then use dig, we can just go back to the Pokemon Center this way and not have to deal with him. I kind of want to just go get this knocked out for bonus XP. You know what? No. Let's try to keep the speed of Gengar going, because Gengar is sweeping right now. Again, we haven't even spent a full hour because 20 minutes of the live stream has just been me trying to get everything working. So Pidgeot's one shot. Gyarados, too easy now. I forgot we have Thunderbolt. And then we have this, which is going to be weak to Psychic, or not weak, but easier to hit with. Thunderbolt on you, and Psychic on you. Yeah, I love how the rival says maybe there's no more Marowak left, but then whenever you go to the Victory Road, there are wild Marowak there. Now, I'm not going to catch any Ghastly here, just because I think we can get through with Gengar pretty easily. I forgot this is a trainer battle. However, in future runs, if I do Monotype, and, for example, if I was doing this in Gen 2, Misdreavus and Gengar is going to be a lot harder to beat the game with, so maybe I will do one of each evolutionary step for Pokemon that don't have enough, but we'll see. Generally, the more you divide the XP, the harder it gets anyway, so it may be better just to run Gengar and Misdreavus if I ever do this in Gen 2. I really need to get Super Repel. Certainly before I go through the last dungeon. Yeah, I want to beat this just for the XP, because that is good stat experience right there. I still haven't added Gengar to the layout. Way to be professional, mate. Again, in my defense, things are happening so fast. If we just keep holding left, he'll eventually just relent and give us the bite. There's a lot of hidden items on Bicycle Road, but they're kind of a pain to get, so I'm not bothering with any of them. Koga's gym should just be a sweep for us at this stage. Especially when the most lethal thing in his gym are the trainers. So we're immune to poison. Poison damage does very little. We have a super effective move, and the self-destruct can do nothing. Koga is just completely helpless to us. We have Toxic, which we're actually going to hang on to because it could be useful. That said, I think my sweeper moves are just going to carry through the Elite Four as is. Probably drop off some items though before I go through Safari Zone. Oh, hang on, wait, I think it's still self-scope in there. I didn't want to drop off the Hyper Potion, but okay. I actually don't think any, Gengar is going to get any badge boost moves. Normally I use the heck out of that in the end of the game, but sadly I don't think there really is, outside of Double Team, which I would rather avoid. And I think Gengar can get it quite easily as is. I'm going to sell that. Protein I'm going to use, even though it's not really useful. We don't have to battle any Chanseys in this game, so there is a hidden revival on that statue, which is completely useless for this run. If Gengar gets knocked out, that's game. Gonna give strength to Geodude, and we have the 4th badge, so we can get this extra candy hidden in here. Go to Saffron, I need to dump off some items. I love how I said don't get Max Repel, and that's exactly what I'm doing just because I'm rolling in money right now. Ton of Hyper Potions because this is what we're going to be using for the Elite Four runs. And full heal. Okay, whatever. I'll just get full heals later. Hyper potions can't be purchased at the Victory Road, so I prefer to get them earlier. We need to go up to floor 5, which was the one we were just on. There is a hidden item right here, and that item used to drive me insane when I was trying to find it for the achievements. Ammo 9, which we just toss if I couldn't have grabbed it. I think this is the stat boosting item. Yes. Now there is a hidden max potion underneath there. Which, while they sound like they're better, most Pokemon usually don't need it until like super... Like until you're level 100. Super potions are more than enough. Or sorry, hyper potions. Because hyper potions do 200 until generation either 5 or 6. Whenever they nerf them down to 120. Rival 5 here, while being significantly higher level and about on par with the level of Koga in Red and Blue. I found out in Yellow they actually lowered the Rivals team a little bit and then buffed Koga. For some reason they gave him a level 50. Oh crud. Okay, good. We got through that largely no consequence. I did fumble that a bit. Also, did I drop off Surf? Yes. Okay, well, it's a good thing we're getting the Lapras here. There is a PC on the top floor, so I can make use of that. I'm going to use the Max Potion. Just to clear out bag space. This guy's pushover thanks to finally having Mega Drain and Thunderbolts and Psychic and everything else. Even the Marowak and Cubone that terrified us earlier did nothing. I didn't even use Giga Drain, I just spammed Psychic and it still took everything out. Okay, so now I'm going to withdraw the HMO3. Each Lapras serve. Deposit it. Deposit card key because I won't put it back in here. And then I'm going to use Geodude to dig out. Now, there is a shorter path through Sabrina's gym. I believe you can do it in 4 tiles, but this one does it in 5, and it avoids all trainers real easy. Sabrina should be a pushover. I think Alakazam is going to be the scariest thing on her team. Venomoth is a given because it's also poison type. Wow, okay. I think we just got stupidly lucky that it went for a different move. But I'm taking that. We are 1 hour into the run. We already have 6 badges, by the way. And Team Rocket is already dealt with. So most of this is just a non-issue at this point. That said, things are actually getting pretty close to over-leveling us. Gengar's level up is slowing down a little bit. I actually found out about this one recently. There is a rare candy hidden right there. And then from here, they didn't give us the door out, so we're just going to dig out. And we're back here again. That one you can spam the A button. I believe this one is spam the B button. This one should be spam B. Even though technically Poliwag does. This one you spam the A. This one is yes. And then this one is once again spamming the B button, as TM28 is not Tombstoner. I think that's actually Dig. Oh yeah, also, Gengar benefits from being a Psychic type. We just saw it there. That Growlithe would have just it benefits from the good AI of being a Poison type. That Growlithe there immediately went for Agility. It would have kept going for that because Gengar is a Poison type, and Blaine has good AI, or at least something adjacent to it. He will still do, like, retroactive super potions, which I do not understand the point of those. But, yeah. But he is once again a pushover. Gengar has not lost a single major battle, and both deaths have been due to mulligans and being stupid. And we are all of 1 hour and 10 minutes into the run. And Giovanni is down. So it's taken us 1 hour and 10 minutes to beat all 8 gym leaders with Gengar. Granted, it is on 4 times speed, so it's the equivalent of about 5 hours. Still, that is fantastic gameplay for a single Pokemon. Now, the real question is if we can get through the rival without getting wiped here. But I don't think it'll be that bad, because we have such a diverse move pool. Yeah, there's virtually nothing he can do to us here. And his Growlithe also has good, like, he also has good AI, so his Growlithe is going to keep going for bad moves. That is the big problem, is we just got crit by Alakazam, and that is pretty much game for us. So let me go ahead and dump all my money, and then we're going to have to effectively just keep playing until he doesn't get a crit and see if I can live it. The other thing I could do is increase my special stat instead of buying meds. Like, we're already pretty much set. If I just burn the rest of my money on vitamins, I think I can get through Alakazam. Like, we don't need Pokeballs anymore at all. I don't think I'll ever need an antidote. I could also use my rare candies early. That is very much an option. We'll get such good EXP when we're in the Elite Four that it's probably not going to be an issue. And we also have a little bit of XP from the fighting dojo. So let me try battling the rival first. And if that doesn't work, we'll do the fighting dojo, use our rare candies once we level up, and then beat the rest of the fighting dojo and then try the rival again. It's again crit, so we have no idea. See if level 58 is enough. I still keep just getting hit with that crit. That's the problem. I think it is literally just if Alakazam crits, it's over, but if it doesn't, I win. Okay, or if it goes for Reflect, because apparently that is a 50-50 that it can go for. There is an item hidden right there. There's also an Ultra Ball hidden up ahead. I'm not going to bother grabbing it. The last one is. You've got to be kidding me. And to do this puzzle at 4 times speed, this is the pattern I go. It adds a couple of extra steps, but it makes sure that I don't end up flipping in and walking out the door. I'm gonna skip that. There's a rare candy over there. I'm just not going for it. I gotta save like every time I do a strength puzzle now because I have to deal with that. I always warn people whenever I get to this puzzle, don't do it until after you capture Moltres if you're trying to get Moltres, because you'll just have to walk down this stupid alley and do it again. Because when you come back through this ladder here, it's going to reset. Fortunately, I've only had to grab Moltres for 1 run, and never again. I'm gonna hit save right here because I'm almost done with this stupid place. We're almost free. And I actually think there's a hidden item right there. I'll restore. I need to leave everything except Gengar behind. Now, I'm not as worried about Lorelei. Lorelei is the hardest one to get through on just about any run, because her team is the most built, but with Thunderbolt, we can get through most of it pretty easily. Never mind, we can get through everything pretty easily, because that was the scariest thing she had. Jinx is... oh, well, that's just... okay, we're screwed. Great start. Freezes are lethal in this run because there's no way to get unfrozen in Generation 1. And I can't really fault Gengar for falling, like, dying to that. If that's the only time we lose to Lorelei, I'm still counting it as a first try victory because that is just sheer RNG bad luck. Yeah, so we got through her easily this time. And Bruno here should be a wash. because Mega Drain gets us through the Onyx and then also heals us a little bit. And then Psychic should one-shot everything else. Most of his Pokemon don't even have moves that touch us because Oko moves only make contact if you're faster, and Machamp is in one of the slowest speed tiers within Gen 1. And Gengar is in one of the fastest, so that's not happening. And the elemental punches from a Hitmonchan in Gen 1 are atrocious. They're not great in Gens 2 and 3, but they're even worse in Gen 1. And this is the reason why we buff Psychic, like with the Poke Powers. Because Gengar is actually pretty bulky on the special side. So even though Psychic is super effective, it's not a guaranteed Oko. Now it's here that I want to... No, I think we can get through Lance's. I was going to say we probably should use Elixir, but I think I've got more than enough to get through them here. So, because Gengar is a poison type, I'm going to use Nightshade here just show. Gengar will always spam Agility. So, or sorry, not Gengar. Dragonair will always spam Agility. And so will the Dragonite, or the Dragonite will also spam Barrier. Meaning this thing right here, the Aerodactyl, is the scariest thing we have to battle, and it's not even scary for us because I just remembered it only has Supersonic. That's the only thing it can hit us with. Everything else is a normal type move. There's literally nothing it can do to save itself. Now I'm going to use an Elixir here, and I still want to make sure that I keep one for the actual final victory against the rival, because this is a solo run. It's harder to do that, but I feel like we're just going to get one shot if we're going to lose it all, and it'll be against this thing right here. Don't crit, don't crit. Thank you. Oh my gosh, we just win. Okay, cool. So we're going to get all our health back from Rhydon, or at least most of it. Gyarados is a pushover. I kind of wish I gave him Blastoise or Charizard now, but hindsight's 2020. Realistically, the Alakazam is the only thing threatening the Gengar at this stage anyway. And then Venusaur is a walk. So I'm willing to say that should have been a first try victory. Gengar just got really bad luck against Lorelei and got an unlucky freeze. If it wasn't for that, it would have been. So... And we have beaten the game in 1 hour and 20 minutes. I know the stream says we've been on here for 1 hour and 43, but remember, 18 minutes of that was me trying to fix the stupid thing and get it set up to where I could start with Ghastly. Meaning, Gengar here is the fastest I have ever beaten this game. But that is all for this one. Happy haunting.